Hi, welcome to the Joe Wild Morning Poem Show. And I'm going to read a poem written about me by an ex-lover and great friend, someone I still love very much, who loves me, Elizabeth Richmond. Elizabeth and I had an affair, I guess, or a relationship when I was 45 and she was 20. I've had a couple of relationships with young women, and I've also had quite a few relationships with older women, and I've had relationships with women my own age, or roughly my own age, and each relationship has to be treated as unique. What I've noticed is that the social conventions and just the intrinsic anger of this culture both worships youth and is angry at it. So a rich famous guy, no problem. Clint Eastwood could marry a woman 30 years younger than him. No one blinks an eye. He's Clint Eastwood. Of course, you'd be crazy not to marry him. All right. Joe Wild does it. Has no money. The curse of Milo falls upon his head. In the case with Elizabeth, there's never a question of telling parents or anything like that. In the case of somebody else, that's what happened and created great mishgash because it's inappropriate. It's okay that the gay uncle and his boyfriend have a baby because they're mature, that's appropriate. Whereas in other cultural norms, that would not be appropriate. It's all bullshit. It's all social convention. Love is love. All right? Now, I don't believe in dating anybody that's under a legal standard, because that's imposed by law. All right? It's stupid to do. All right? But that which is not limited by law, but by social convention. Now, that's open to a question. I'd like to hear from people. I know some women of my own age are insulted that a man would date a younger woman. But the truth is that most women my age might not find me that attractive. They might be looking for a man that's more stable, more mature. And I'm kind of eternally boyish. I don't mean to be. It's not like I set out in my life to be that way. I mean, when I was 20, I was supporting my sister, her baby, and I was working in a factory. Didn't have the usual 20-year-old life. So I kind of deeply resent anybody's bullshit in that regard. I have no problem when a 45-year-old woman dates a 20-year-old man. Of course, people point out the inevitable, but people aid and abet the inevitable by not supporting certain relationships. Let's face it. In the 60s, you date a black guy, you're a girl, you're going to get ostracized by your parents, you're going to get ostracized by your friends, your relatives, and it's going to put such a pressure on the relationship that it fails. And then they're going to say, see, this doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work. No one supports it. That's kind of what happened to me recently. But actually, I can't blame the parents or the friends. I think the girl had the relationship in order to piss people off. She likes to be seen as a free spirit, but she always eventually goes and becomes uber conventional. So there's nothing free. Whereas I don't really care about being seen as a free spirit. I wanted to love somebody. And she was pretty and nice and funny, and I fell in love. Free spirit? No one's a free spirit except saints. They're free spirits because they willingly give up their free will for good. Me? I never gave up shit. I guess I'm supposed to do the poem. Yeah, I forgot that aspect of it. Hold on a second. Let's do the poem. Let's get the poem out here. Alright, let's see. Here's the poem. She writes, "Here you are, my love, my turtle dove. How I love thee. You are to me a kitten, a lost mitten, made of recycled wool, a lavender hat. What do you think of that? Do you think I'm cocky? Come to L.A. We'll go out for some maki." Alright, she's kidding around there. That's not the poem. It's nice to know that you can have great affection for an ex-love 7 years after you've been with them, or whatever, 6 years. But here it goes. It's modeled after The Last Dynasty by Stanley Kunitz. It's J.W. Love poem. Reading in Joe Salerno, The Song of the Tulip Tree. I keep thinking of you because you are so much like Che Guevara. Naturally, with the hair disinterested and the figure shorter. Loving you was a kind of 30 years war. Thanks to your small-footed genius, no quickie mart man knew few of your troubles. Your luggage kept in plastic bags. Even with your good big head, you made fabrication of flat tires. In dry, cold heat of May, December, when last you were in line, dear fire crouch, blue-eyed kitten, here is a new bunny I want to leave on your lawn. Though I am 22 years too early, dig on me. Am I still mistress of your valley? What new cunts, religions, and lies have you savored? Why haven't you edited my poems? She knew me well. Basically, the poem is saying, Joe, you're a major bullshit artist, but I love you. It's true. All right? And I feel really honored that someone would write me a love poem. So I'm gloating. You know? And she's been a real help to me during this other relationship where the person ignored me saying, well, I'm too old, I'm too old, I'm too old. They wanted me, and then when they got me, they start saying, you're too old, you're too old, you're too old. You know, someday I'll look at it and laugh. Like maybe 10 years from now. If I'm still alive. No, I'm not laughing. That was a nasty, shitty thing to do. But, and in this culture, if somebody does something sadistic and they're under the age of 30, it's, well, they're young, you know. It's like, when you're young, you get to be a sociopath. We're all fucked up about age. You know? I don't know what attracts me to somebody. Usually it's legs. I like nice legs. And conversation and intelligence. And most of all, I like their interest in me. Because what's it matter if they're not interested in you? I like the connection. You know? It feels good to have somebody like you. Oh well. So it goes. I'm sure maybe I'll get comments on this post. Because I want to know what you think. I mean, let's face it. What relationship is appropriate? You know? I guess the one that everybody supports. And she opted for that. The other girl, finally. You know? She got the relationship everyone supports. She can put the boyfriend on Facebook and not be embarrassed. But she lost somebody that really loves her. And again, she also lost a 50-year-old guy that's going to die maybe in another 25 years. From a technical standpoint, I can see her point, but she could have been nicer about it. Joe. Be grateful. It's 7 years later. Somebody still loves you. Even though they dumped you at the time. And you're on good terms with them. That is a successful relationship. I think. See you later.